You were one of the first high-profile people with a big showbiz profile, very accepted, by the way, in that London liberal bubble. But it was Twitter that actually caused your cancellation. So can you just explain what happened?
Well, I would actually say I was cancelled before Twitter. The Guardian kind of published a story about me taking the word of a person who was using their trans identity basically to con people. And they used that to say that I was harassing trans people online. Twitter then basically just ran with this image of me that was being amplified everywhere by loads of Twitter users, and banned me without telling me why. They told the press it was because I was supposedly misusing the platform. But I had a number of rules to make sure that I always stayed ahead of Twitter's terms and conditions. You know, I never misgendered anyone. I was always trying to play by their rules. But just like Megan Murphy in Canada, you just get banned for, you know, random reasons. And the last tweet that I tweeted, so I guess it was for this, simply said, "Men aren't women, though." You know what I mean? So it's like just
which Robert Winston has confirmed, one of our eminent scientists, just recently. No, I mean, I thought the cancellation of you from Twitter was really the start of what became a snowball of loads of people stating provable facts being censored by big tech. And obviously this has now resulted on Elon Musk's purchase. But what was so shocking, Graham, is for you, it obviously resulted in total career and personal ruin. I mean, you are the man behind Father Ted, and I'm correct in saying, aren't I, that now the creators or the co-creators or the people who own the Father Ted brand, I guess, are trying to pay you off because they're so terrified of having you involved, even though essentially you are the man behind the show.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm the man behind the musical. It was my idea. A lot of the concepts for the songs are mine. You know, it's been my baby for about 7 or 8 years. And it's just extraordinary to think that just to please a bunch of extremists, and they are extremists. Anyone who believes that a woman can have a penis is an extremist, you know, and a homophobic extremist at that, you know, because lesbians do not have a penis. You know, gay men do not have vaginas. This is homophobia and conversion therapy. And for standing up to it, I'm being told by Hat-Trick and Sonia Friedman Productions that I'm somehow in the wrong. And it's just outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. And you're right. It is a completely metropolitan elite thing. All these people are terrified of America because America is where this ideology is coming from. I think it's a form of American cultural imperialism, in fact. And they want careers over there. So they're all just kind of pussyfooting around this ridiculous ideology that no one outside of it, no one in the real world believes. I'm sure you've heard the phrase cis, you know, or cis woman. You know, this is a phrase that has to be explained every time it's said because ordinary people never understand what it means because the word trans isn't explained either. So this is a completely confusing, incoherent ideology that we're all supposed to go along with that needs eternal training from the likes of Stonewall, who are getting, you know, bundles of cash from the confusion that they're supposedly solving. And all the while, you know, a woman of color today collapsed from the stress of the trial, the case that Stonewall has put her under, you know? I mean, it's just, I just find it extraordinary that I'm in the position where I'm fighting nearly the entire left on this, you know, who I thought were progressive